Welcome, Gundam card game enthusiasts, to round 3 of Bulldog Community Gaming's Tuesday night Gundam card game. This is a recap of the live stream that happened on Tuesday night. I'd like to give a shout out to Scott from Bulldog Community Gaming for giving me access to this video so I can recap it all for you. And if you're looking to see these videos in live, there is a link down in the description below to the Twitch channel, as well as a link to Bulldog Community Gaming LLC's Facebook page, so that you guys can, of course, see the gaming either from the Facebook or from Twitch live as it is happening on Tuesday nights. Tournaments start at 6:30. If you guys are looking to get into Gundam card gaming, wanting a good community to come to, check out Bulldog Community Gaming LLC in Brownsburg, Indiana. Great community of people there. Scott is a good owner 100%. So I am back. Yes, oh yes, I am back. Playing my white-green wing Gundam against blue-white Gundam rebuild blockers. So this will be using Freedom Gundam and the Gundam Aerial rebuild. So this is a really interesting deck. I've seen some people trying out this type of build. So it's not really like blocker heavy. You're a mix of using more of the Wing Gundam stuff with Saletta, the pilot, to do stuff with the rebuilds. I think the rebuilds didn't even come out in our game and anything like that. And then, of course, you have the blocker engine like with Freedom Gundam. Now, again, the one problem with this deck, since it's such a blocker heavy deck, the high maneuver ability off of Wing Gundam 0 doesn't really help all that much. When your opponent is able, when I am able to just dodge all your blockers and just hit your shields and your base completely free of charge. But yes, oh yes, it is time to begin. Unfortunately, I did lose the die roll here. So we're both undefeated as we go in. Like I said, I did win the entire tournament, went undefeated with my Wing Gundam build. Once again, there was a link, a community post where I showed off my Wing Gundam build if anyone is absolutely curious about it. So anyways, my opponent over here did go second with their blue-white aerial blockers. That's what we'll probably call it, because I think that's probably what most of the build was for aerial. I think Freedom and the blockers were just the sub-engine in there. So now let us begin. So since we are going first here, it's a little different. We haven't placed out our shields yet. Anyways, we're going to go put out those 6 whole shields there to immediately then put up our EX bases. I am going to be going first, so you do get to see some of the power here of that. Even though this deck does kind of like going second somewhat, you can still go first, even in Wing Gundam. So I'm going to bring out one resource. I'm immediately going to pass. There's nothing you can really do with one resource. Immediately going to drop up another resource. We're going to bring out a Zork blocker that can't attack anybody. I think I tried to do that, but my opponent pointed out to me that they can attack. So anyway, we're going to have the list. The Zork can attack players, but could attack could attack mobile suits on the board, rested mobile suits on the board. So anyways, we're going to be at 2 here, sorry. We are immediately going to add the list. My opponent does recognize that the Zork can attack, so I'm just going to pass the game. Basically, me and my opponent are going to play the game of we're going to stare at each other for most of this game, because we basically all we want to do is stare at each other and then have blockers up on the board. So anyways, a Zord and a list, and then a Zord and a lift. It's really impressive, isn't it? Anyways, I'm going to go for a show of result. Overflowing Affection. You're drawing 2, discarding 1. I am going to discard a Gundam Death Scythe. I know that sounds crazy, but I actually do have a Gundam Death Scythe in my hand. So I am at the 4 resources. I'm immediately going to get that EX resource. I do have now, I will be at level 5 on my next, will be level 6 on my next turn here, which is really good. So I believe I have another Gundam Death Scythe, but I don't remember if I have to do Maxwell in my hand so far. Anyways, we're going to put out a aerial gun and Aegis Gundam, and we're immediately going to bounce back the lift back to my opponent's hand. And then we're going to have the Ale Strike immediately swing. I'm going to have the Zord just block that out just because I don't see a real big point in the damage. There again, Kai is going to also give it a -2. So all I do is 1 damage, but I really just don't want to lose my shields here and lose for nothing. So anyways, I'm immediately going to drop the LR plus Gundam, and I'm immediately going to equip it with the LR plus Dual Maxwell. So I do immediately get to then restack another resource here, which is pretty fun. So anyways, I am deciding what I want to do. I am going to attempt to swing the Death Scythe into the Ale Strike just so I could get that off of the board. But again, he's going to just block with the Zord, but I do still have First Strike on myself, so I do not take any damage from the Zord being blocked because I do have First Strike. Anyway, it's just kind of thinking on, there's nothing really I can do. I mean, I only have really one EX resource up and standing here. I am kind of determining whether or not I want to burn it. I am going to burn it. I am going to throw Kai here to immediately go for the L Strike again. Kai's effect on attack, I'm going to give -2 to the lift, so that if he does decide to block with a lift, it's just going to die instantaneously because I have 4 damage on me. So then he's just going to block out, just keep his L Strike up and running, which it kind of makes sense at being a still being a kind of pointy guy. He's got 5 health and he is 6 overall. We're just going to trade out for the death sight there. Anyways, then we're going to immediately pay the 3. We're going to, I guess we're just going to pass from there. Nothing else to really do for my opponent. They could have done Show of Resolve. I think that's what they wanted to do. No, wait, they didn't pass. I guess they were just thinking about some stuff. So anyways, they are going to pay the 3 here. They are going to go for a Show of Resolve. I do see that they do have a Freedom Gundam in their hand. And they do have a rebuild. So anyways, another lift coming on down. And then once again, we're going to immediately have a good old just Wing Gundam on the board. Again, the Wing Gundam can crack the base and can give -2 to the lift. And we're going to look for, of course, the top. We are immediately going to use Path to Victory or Defeat. And then I'm just kind of thinking about what I want to grab here. I think I was looking for a hero at this point. But again, Wing Gundam 0 is not bad, especially for the late game plays this deck can do. I can't play it this turn because I spent an energy to do it. I'm -2 to that, so he's just going to let the base get cracked open, so that does leave him completely open. We're immediately going to go for Wing Gundam, and then I'm going to play out a lift. I don't have the hero to play down for the wing. Unfortunate. I think that's what I was actually hunting out, was a hero off of Path to Victory or Defeat, but fortunately enough, I did get a Wing Gundam 0. So I guess I did not miss much in that deck. Trust me, when you get up to level 5, because for some reason the search card in this deck has to be level 5. Yeah, Path to Victory or Defeat is a level 5, 1 cost search card. The search top 5 and grabs 1 G-Team or Operation Meteor card. I'm not exactly sure why it has to be level 5 as a searcher, but nonetheless, in Wing Gundam, you're rarely missing. So anyways, we're going to go for another Kai so that we can swing over the Wing Gundam and then give -2 to the lift if we wanted to. So he gave -2 to Wing Gundam so that he doesn't die. Paying 2 again, we are just, no, I guess not. Again, as long as you don't pay the card, you don't see. Anyways, we're going to go for another Zord so that, again, we deal 3 damage, especially if I decide to swing in with the Wing Gundam. Does have Breach 5, which means it would breach into it. Now, you think when you hear Breach 5, you think, doesn't that do 5 damage on the shields? No, that'd be a little too broken. It just reveals the top card of your deck. All shields are considered 1 health point only, and Breach 5 deals 5 damage to the top card of your opponent's shields, or does 5 damage to their opponent's base. So it's kind of actually really nice here. So kind of just thinking on what exactly I want to do here. I'm going to swing again on the shields. I am more scared of like hitting a base that can do something like Archangel here, or maybe hitting him into a pilot. Anyways, we're going to put down another Wing Gundam, and we're going to put down our Rift, Gundam Rift, or bleh. You can berate me down in the comments for my mispronunciation of the Gundams, or the mobile suits out here. But anyways, we're going to put out another blocker, and we have another Wing Gundam. Once again, Wing Gundam can attack all active level 4 or lower mobile suits as its target. So anyways, we're going to have Overflowing Affection to draw 2, discard 1. So we're just kind of deciding, and we do have Yamura Ray, we do have OG Gundam, we do have Freedom. We're just going to go for another Overflowing Affection. Yeah, probably the best drop there, because the hand actually is pretty well stacked at this point. Anyways, we're going to pay another 2. We're immediately going to, looks like, drop OG Gundam. That is the all-R from the starter deck pack. Anyways, OG Gundam, and then the effect of Amuro Ray to immediately rest the blocker. We're immediately going to trade out their lift against the Wing Gundam. And of course, then Wing Gundam and then OG Gundam can knock out the Rift, the blocker, and then Repair 2 immediately restores that for nothing. So no damage on the good old OG man. Does have, I believe, 6 health on it, or 5 health on it because of Amuro. Yeah, I was just making sure for the health count. So it's a 5 health. It deals back 5. It's a 5/5 right now because of the heal 2. So anyways, I'm just going to swing in Wing into the shields. It's going to be a perfect strike Gundam. And nothing really to do there. I'm either going to decide to go for the base because I'm actually struggling on finding like card draw. So off the top card of my shields, I did get myself a Victory to Path or Defeat. So I am going to take the hero here. which is pretty nice because then I'll be able to equip it on that Wing Gundam so that I can immediately have the buff and turn into a 7-7, which is really nice. That will allow me to immediately run over the OG Gundam. Or, I can just play another Wing Gundam and equip one for the Upper Array, which is also good. Because, again, the thought process why I didn't equip it to the already existing Wing Gundam as we get Țeleta into hand, which is kind of a fear there. And an Upper Array. Okay, 2 pilots for the price of 1 there. But my philosophy is that the Wing Gundam that's already on the board already can swing. So I already had a second Wing Gundam in hand. So kind of meaning I really didn't need to worry about, like, equipping to the other one, because I had another Wing Gundam. That Wing Gundam can easily go right over the OG Gundam without any problems, and because I'm a 7-7, I can easily kill it out, right? And then I can breach 5. So that's pretty nice right there. Otherwise, my other attack would have killed me. So anyways, my opponent's really just deciding on what they want to do here. They do have the Archangel, but again, that would mean that you'd have to survive on 0 shields, and hoping and praying. So anyways, we're going to go for the Gundam Aerial. That's the one from the starter deck. We're immediately then going to trigger the effect to then get the negative, and then we're going to punch that over the face, deal back 4 there, and then Țeleta to restand 1, so that we can restand 1 here. But again, I don't think it's going to be really much of a matter event. We're going to go for the Archangel to take the last shield here and see what we get. We're going to go for a lift, and that is pretty much all they wrote. Again, there's not much else they can really do. I believe my opponent is going to decide to spin the 1, so put the Țeleta under that rift just to give it the +1/+2 on it to make it a 3/6. Makes it a little harder to kill over, because otherwise, without it, Wing Gundam can actually go after it and kill it for the turn, and just simply be happy about it. All right, so anyways, we're immediately going to kind of figure it out. I think I was thinking on it because, again, if I drop Wing Gundam 0 here, I do deal 3 damage to my own Wing Gundam and bird mode, and I do actively kill it. So there's not really much of a point. So if it keeps up in active mode, it just dies straight off the board. So anyways, I'm going to go Wing Gundam, knock out the blocker. That is going to be breach 5, so that we can immediately kill it off. So kill off the Archangel, so I don't have to worry about it. So anyways, then from here, we're just going to drop the Wing Gundam. That is going to knock out the Aerial Gundam. That is going to kill off my own bird mode as well. And unfortunately, I do not have the good old hero to end the game right then and there. But again, this has high maneuver on it. So unfortunately, my opponent has like freedom in his hand and all that. But unfortunately, freedom is not going to be able to do anything against a card with high maneuver. And again, I do not think he's playing any... not even sure if he's even playing 𝐾𝐒 in his deck, because I don't even know who Wing Gundam can even attach to Link. I'm not even sure if Wing Gundam even has a Link. I think it does, but I think it's 𝐾𝐒. I don't know. You guys can correct me down in the comments. So anyways, we're gonna go for the L strike here, but it's gonna be kind of pointless. There's no way for do anything. We're immediately gonna go for the Striker Pack here to put out the 4/2. And then when my opponent's just going to pass to me, and for some reason I forget that I have I maneuver on my Wing Gundam, so I'm like, I'm going to swing, and I'm going to say, aren't you going to block? And I'm like, oh wait, I have high maneuver here. And for some reason, I just take forever to realize my Gundam has high maneuver, so instead of just swinging to end the game, I'm just going to go bird mode here, and yeah, just try to figure out what to do. So instead of, again, not swinging for the game, I'm just going to do this, and then high maneuver, and then I win the game, and my opponent has to point out to me that I have high maneuver, and I won the game before I even drop the bird mode. Okay. So yeah, besides my fact I didn't really read my card, and didn't really know I had high maneuver to make sure I could just dodge blockers straight out, because that's what high maneuver does. Basically, blockers can't outblock me. I just won the game from there. But yeah, you saw the power of this deck here. It's unfortunate. The fact is, even though our opponent saw a lot of blockers, I don't think they saw a good amount of the aerial Gundams to start playing. We did see the Freedom, but again, the Freedom's kind of pointless once you drop this, because this can't do anything. So, I mean, we just kind of aggroed our opponent to death and just kind of kept the control of their board state with stuff. And again, I think what came in really lucky for us was getting the Wing Gundams when we did, and getting the hero when we did, so that we could drop hero onto Wing Gundam, and we could slowly just chip away the blockers and then get the Breach 5 effects to go off, which is pretty nice. So yeah, In the end here, we did win thanks to really good timed Wing Gundam plays and Wing Gundam Zero being able to high maneuver over the blocker for the game. So that is the game there. I have now won 3 games undefeated as we go into the final round where I play round two's Cyber Newtype player who was also undefeated. We were the only 2 undefeateds. We had a possibility to go into a 5th battle round, but unfortunately enough, fortunately enough, I guess the one of the last 3 undefeateds did lose a game, and of course that allowed us to then just be the 2 undefeated. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, links are down in the description below to Bulldog Community Gaming LLC's Twitch channel and Facebook page, where you can catch these games live. You can also find the Discord down in the Facebook page as well. And again, if you guys are looking for a great place to play Gundam, Tuesday night, 6:30 at Bulldog Community Gaming LLC. They also have Yu-Gi-Oh!, Union Arena, Star Wars, Pokemon. They sell Warhammer 40K. They do every Sunday right now, as long as you get on the Discord. You can talk about playing some Warhammer 40K as well. And with that, let me know your thoughts down in the comments on our blue-white Gundam aerial blockers and my, of course, winning green-white Gundam Wing Gundam deck. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments on the gameplay, on everything, anything I missed, anything I could have done better. Let me know all of that down in the comments. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you know if I win my videos go live for you. I'll see you next time. I'm Dragons, TCG.